Hey guys, welcome back to Krystal Klear Ideas, where we are diligently planning towards success. And I am so excited because in this video, we will be setting up my catch-all planner for 2020. I cannot wait to dive right in. Now, I wanted to give you guys some insight as to my thought process for my catch-all. I wanted to do something that was a little different. As you see before you, I have my 2019-2020 Fierce and Fabulous Wrong Vertical Planner. It is a 18-month planner, 2019 to 2020, and I am not going to waste anything, so I am also going to be sure to use this planner as my catch-all. But I'm also changing a few things up. I really wanted to go back to the basics for you guys because we do have a lot of newbie planners, and planning, let's face it, can be quite expensive when you see all the glitz and the glam. You see the sticker books. You see all of the Etsy kits, you see the planners, the metal discs, the accessories, and after a while, you will actually notice that it can actually be quite expensive. And so for a newbie planner, that can be quite intimidating. So what I decided to do is, in order to stay true to my planner budget, as well as be a little more intentional with my spending this year, I wanted to do some more cost-effective ways to plan. And in order to do that, I decided that I was going to be using inserts, printables, and shopping my stash. So if you have been a planner babe for a while, surely you have quite a few items in your planner stash that you could shop and utilize for 2020 that will help you stay on your budget. If you are a newbie planner, then hopefully this video actually motivates you and encourages you, lets you know that not a lot of things are necessary to be productive in planning, and you don't have to have all the things, only what's necessary for you to find joy in planning so that you can be consistent. So I cannot wait to share all of the sections that are going to take place in my planner. You guys, I have quite a few things that I'm going to be doing. I have to chop up some inserts. I have to punch some of them. I have to put things together. So what I decided to do is to go ahead and put everything together, and then at the end I will come back and pretty much show you what my thought process was. So first off, what I wanted to tell you before we dive right in is that I am so in love with this cover. So I haven't really decided if I'm going to switch the cover out. I have decided that I am going to keep the metal discs here. I have some gold ones, but I'm actually going to dive in and continue to use these pink rose gold discs because I just love them so much. But I don't want to give up the planner cover, but I actually may. So you'll get an opportunity to see me decide between the planner cover. I may start with a cover and then change it toward the end. So we'll see how everything turns out. But let's go ahead and dive right in. So I am so excited to share with you my 2020 catch-all customized and Frankenplan planner. So a lot of the things that I used is going to be linked down below in the description box. So if I forget to mention it, or if you want to have a direct link to the website or the shop, make sure you go down to the description box so that you can click it. Also, don't forget to drop your gem in the comments so that you can let me know that you actually made it into today's video. Now, this cover is actually a cover from Little Miss Fancy Plans. I actually love the muted colors, the gray, the pink, the peach palette, even a little rust in there. And so I decided to go ahead and switch that out to give my Wrong Girls a little break. I may go ahead and add them back when I do a refresh, so stay tuned for that. But as of right now, I am going to go ahead and switch the cover out. I thought that would only be right. And I love the little girl here. The chocolate woman with her afro puffs. Curls are popping, and I love that. So I just thought this would be perfect for winter/fall, especially being here in the South. We do have somewhat of a mild winter. Excuse me. So here in the South, we do somewhat have a mild winter. So I just thought that the cotton, the pumpkins, the succulents, the leaves, and even the sweater weather that my girl here with her beautiful curls actually is wearing. So I decided this would be perfect. And I wanted to keep my post-it note or sticky notes here. So I left this. This actually came from the teacher planner that I was gifted by Southern Tea Time last year. So I wanted to keep that because these sticky notes actually come in handy quite often. So I really love that. And I actually use a Planner Babe vinyl sticker that I actually received at the planner meetup, the South Carolina Planners Planner Meetup, the Carolina Planner Meetup that I went to last year in March, that Mrs. Miranda, Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan, Jasmine Silver Plans, and Southern Tea Time put together. Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan, Miranda actually created these, and I didn't get an opportunity to use mine, so I decided, yes, I will be whipping it out today. Most times, I don't have to carry this quite often. I do like to keep it out so that I could, refer back to it, and every once in a while, I will take it with me. But I usually keep it in close proximity, so I'm not worried about anybody taking it. So I don't feel like it's necessary to have my name here all the time. So this year, I decided to stick with the Planner Babe. Of course, we have our 2019 and 2020 year at a glance that actually came in the Wrong vertical planner. So I decided to keep that there. And this was the currently page for the back of January. Actually the back of July. And since it was on the back, I couldn't get rid of it. So I decided to keep it. It's filled out already, but it doesn't go with 2020. So I actually ordered some inserts from Little Miss Fancy Plans before I decided to purchase her printables. Going the budget-friendly route is always best if you are using printables, because that way you can purchase the file and you can print as many copies as you'd like. You could use your own paper, or you can actually take it to a Staples or a Office Depot, Office Max, a Kinko's, our FedEx Kinko's is what it's called now, and get it printed for you. I actually went to my local Office Depot and had most of mine printed. They did back and front, and I actually paid less than $5 for all of the inserts that I actually printed. So it was quite a steal, even though I was able to purchase the insert for anywhere from $2 to $6, the PDF file. I was able to purchase that, and then I was able to pay $5 to get everything printed up. So that included the paper, the ink, and them printing it back and front. And if they did mess up, all of those mess ups I was able to receive as well. So I felt like it was a really good deal. Plus, if you have your own printer at home, a really nice one, you can print your own inserts, and that actually will save you a little coin. And so I actually wanted to purchase some of the inserts from Little Miss Fancy Plans and have her mail them out to me, just so that I can get a taste of the, or a sample, I should say, of her paper quality, which I will tell you her paper quality is awesome. You'll actually be able to tell the difference because the Office Depot paper that I purchased, which was 28 pounds, 28 pound paper, which is the weight, is really good quality, but is not white. you'll be able to tell that the paper that I received from Little Miss Fancy Plans is actually white, and this paper is kind of like a bone muted off-white color. Doesn't bother me at this time, but if it did in the future, I probably would just be ordering my inserts or revamping my paper so that it will match my layouts all throughout the planner. So I have the Year at a Glance from Little Miss Fancy Plans. This is the printable one that I was able to print and cut. You saw me do that. I did get an opportunity to have it print back and front, and I think it looks fabulous. This first section in my planner is actually my pre-planning section. I decided to do a section all for pre-planning, and it wouldn't be quite right without putting a Year at a Glance, so I got an opportunity to put that there. And then I actually purchased these PDF file inserts from Little Miss Fancy Plans, and these are her pre-planning monthly inserts. I actually used my stickers from my Dates and Holidays sticker book. You guys see that it fits perfectly on that line, and that way I'll be able to pre-plan. I felt like this would be perfect. I wanted to go ahead and put all of the months in, but I decided just to label up to April, and then I'll go ahead and label the rest a little bit later. But that way I'll be able to flip to this section quickly and write down any plans that I want to get taken care of, as well as my top priorities. And then a full box sticker actually fits here, so I cannot wait to dive into January and be able to show you how I will be utilizing these monthly pre-planning sheets. Definitely using them for pre-planning, so that's something that is a given. But I am going to be labeling a few things, maybe putting some quotes, and trying to decorate just a tad to make it look to my liking. The dashboards that I actually purchased as well are also from Little Miss Fancy Plans, and I am not labeling them at this time because I am wanting to switch up some of my sections. I just want to do half of the year and see how things are going to work for me. And one thing about customizing and frankenplanning your own planner is that you can always change things up if you realize that they're really not working for you. My second section in this planner, you'll actually see that this is a insert that I actually purchased from Little Miss Fancy Plans. You probably can tell right away the difference of the color of the paper, but this is one that she actually sent me. The paper quality is very, very good. I really love it, so I will be trying to find something similar to this, and I love the weight of it as well. So I'll have to do my research, and if I find out what paper quality or what type of paper matches closely to the one that she utilizes, then I will let you guys know. Now, this is another Year at a Glance, and I actually put this in front of my catch-all section. I am using my wrong vertical layout, the rest of it for 2020, in my catch-all, and so you'll actually see January and February. I pulled both of those inserts. And I actually am going to use this wrong dashboard here for my today section, or to mark the this week section, so that I can turn quickly to my catch-all if I need to check what plans I have for the week. So I'm super excited to dive in and go ahead and map out my plans for January. So you guys will be seeing some Plan With Me's on my channel. I do have some other videos planned, so it won't be Plan With Me's all the time, but I am going to throw some Plan With Me's up in the mix, so stay tuned for those. And also stay tuned for my 2019 flip-throughs. So I have January and February. My next section is actually my faith planning, and these inserts actually came from Little Miss Fancy Plans, and she actually mailed these out to me. This just says January monthly planner. The reason I decided just to do monthlies for my faith planner and my household planner is because I realized that I was only using the monthly layout. The monthly layout was sufficient for me just to put everything that I needed on there, and it doesn't take up so much space. And another thing about the monthly layout is I'm excited that I will be able to keep all the months together in here. So for my faith planning, I just document quite a few things for my ministry. You'll actually get an opportunity to see that when I do my flip through. Which actually I may not do a flip through of my faith planner, so let me go ahead and show you guys right now what I actually utilized for my faith planning. I only use the monthly. So actually when I do a Plan With Me, I'll show you how I do my monthly. Most times I'll just put the scripture there. So if you see individuals do scripture writing, then you'll get an opportunity to see how I just want a glance of my ministry schedule, my daily scripture, as well as some notes for my ministry that I want to focus on each month. And then of course important dates. If I have special events that I want to attend, I can put that there as well. So I felt like this would be sufficient. And so I will be using only monthly spreads in my faith planning for 2020. And I cannot wait to see how that's going to work out well for me. This next section is actually my budgeting section. I'm going to be setting up my own budgeting this year. I'm going to be customizing my budget overview and doing some expense tracking. I did get an opportunity to purchase some inserts from Little Miss Fancy Plans, but I did not print them out and cut them. So when I do my budget video and update some of the things that I'll be using for cash envelopes, because I am thinking about updating my cash envelope system as far as how I am storing my cash envelopes, then I will go ahead and do the budget here. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But as of right now, I just have some filler paper in there because the filler paper is really going to help me to map out and customize my budget planning. In this section, after the budget, this is my household planner. I am also only going to be using a monthly spread for household. I did go ahead and cut out some other inserts that I actually purchased from Rhoro, which I believe is Rhoro. I'm not sure, but it's on Etsy and I'm going to link them below. I don't believe that I actually cut these inserts quite right, but I was thinking about giving them a try. And so they do also have some that are in color, but I decided to just go with this black and white because I'm actually really digging how the black and white is looking, and I can't wait to see how everything's going to look once I start decorating. So stay tuned for that. So this is actually my household planner. On this is not going to be budgeting. It's only going to be my cleaning schedule and my meal planning, and then of course fitness if I need to include some fitness things, because my husband and I are trying to get on our fitness grind, and I don't want to do a separate fitness planner at this time because I want to make sure that I'm going to be consistent. Right now I am just holding myself to walking once a week, and that has been working out very well for me so far. And then also I want to change some of our meal planning. My husband and I committed to doing shakes for a meal twice a week. So I'm going to let you guys know how that works out because we are trying to drop some pounds this year. Not a lot, but just a few, just a tone. This next section is my social media section. I actually purchased the inserts from Little Miss Fancy Plans where she has the video content ideas. I do have a social media section in my Haponichi. So if you haven't seen that setup video, I'm going to link part 1 here so that you can see part 1 and part 2. But I am actually going to keep most of my content ideas here and just check things off. I think this is actually going to work quite well for me. That way I don't have to document too many things when it comes to my social media. This is all for videos for YouTube. I can put the date that I planned it and then the date that is actually posted to my YouTube channel, and that will keep me actually on track. And then also I can do some social media planning as well as far as ideas. So I have some notes here and even some checklists here in case I decide to do some series and I wanted to do some other things. I actually will be adding my social media planning in this planner as well that I did that went from January or December, January, and February. That is also going to be added to this section as well. I just didn't pull it from the other planner, but I definitely will. So I have not stopped planning social media that way as well. These are just additions to that social media section. Also, I have my cash envelopes here. So I'm going to be utilizing that in my budget section. But I just wanted to house them in the back just to keep them hidden. And then at the end, I have my notes section, which I am keeping like my filler paper creations that I made in order to check certain things out. What's for dinner, my spring cleaning list, my addresses, my bucket list, my sticker books, wish lists, some addresses. So yes, I do have quite a few things that I'm going to keep track of in the back. And then I also have my notes in the back here where I can just actually jot some things down. And I have that all the way to the end as well, including my folder where I can go ahead and stick some stickers in there that I may be utilizing while I'm planning or trying to mail a few things out. I also have this here for my budgeting so that I'll know what date each item is due for my bills. And I am going to most likely create a new bills list and some other inserts for my budget planning for 2020. So you guys, I have so many fun things in store for my channel this year. I cannot wait to share them all with you. So I hope that you guys decide to stay tuned and join me on this journey. And I really enjoyed getting an opportunity to set this up. I hope that everything works out the way that I have planned for it to work out. And if it does, then I won't have to do so much tweaking in my mid-year lineup. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some inspiration. I hope that there are some things that you want to take away. I hope that you guys have a wonderful 2020, that you stay on top of your budget, that you don't overspend on planner supplies, and that you stay productive. Move with intention in 2020 so that you can get the most bang for your buck and you can get the best use of your time. You guys, I really enjoyed sharing this video with you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.